Hello everyone and welcome back to the Daily Reddit Cheating Stories podcast. Every day, I bring you the best topics about cheating partners. I spend a lot of time selecting and editing the posts, so you can better enjoy them. So please help me grow this channel by commenting and sharing this video. Also make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And now assuming you did all that, let's go for the first topic from Nadia Berlin.
I hope you like the video so far. Make sure to check my #1 secret for healthy weight loss by clicking the link in the description.
My F18 boyfriend, M22, wanted an open relationship. Now he accuses me of cheating. I will try to cut the story as short as possible. And there is a TLDR at the end. However, I am very confused right now, and therefore please excuse if my writing isn't perfectly stringent. So, me, F18, and my boyfriend, M22, have been together for over 1 year now. We do have a good relationship and never really went in big problems. He is my first boyfriend, and I was always happy that he is respectful and caring. About half a year ago, he asked me what I would think about an open relationship. His reasoning was actually kind of cute. He said that he loves me and wants me to be the woman he spends the rest of his life with. But he is actually afraid that we are both too young to sexually commit to each other without having the fear of missing out. However, I told him that I cannot imagine being happy in an open relationship, and he accepted that. 2 months later he brought that up again, and this time I wasn't as surprised. So we had a discussion, and I was more open to the idea. We talked about it almost daily for about 2 weeks, and in the end I agreed that we could try it. Actually, nothing really happened then. I know that he tried to pick up other girls sometimes when he was out to party, but it never worked. I didn't even try anything, so basically the relationship was open only in theory. However, this changed in the last week. I was on a short vacation with friends to go skiing. My boyfriend did not join us. We were a mixed group of 5 people and shared an Airbnb in the Alps. It was a fun vacation and there was some tension from time to time. While 2 of my friends had sex in the first night, I was a bit hesitant, because of my boyfriend. When one of the guys flirted with me at the next day, I played along, and since my boyfriend wanted to have an open relationship, I wasn't seeing a problem in that. It was fun and I was attracted to him. We ended up taking a shower together and one thing led to the other. In the end I gave him a BJ. When I came home and my boyfriend asked about how it was, I immediately told him everything, and he completely freaked out. I felt guilty for making him feel bad and excused for that. I also asked him if it had been better to not tell him or tell him different. He had a complete meltdown. He was angry and called me a cheater and liar. I was honestly confused. He left and did not pick up the phone when I tried to call him. He is still avoiding contact now. I actually do not blame him for feeling sad when he heard that I gave a BJ to someone else. However, I cannot understand how he doesn't see my side. He was the one who wanted an open relationship, and he actively tried to act on that in the past. Now he is mad at me. TLDR. My boyfriend wanted to have an open relationship and I agreed. Now he is mad that I gave a BJ to someone else. Control_Alt-Del3 commented. He didn't want an open relationship. He wanted it so that he could have an open relationship, but not you. Admirable Bit 8478 commented. Exactly this. But since he wanted a one-sided open relationship, he views what you did as cheating. Because he views it as cheating, in all likelihood the relationship is over. Anon0000 commented. 100%. Converting a monogamous relationship to an open one will almost always fail for this reason. Not the advice after commented. Yep, it's usually made by the male. But as we all know, it is easier for a female to actually get someone to sleep with her, than a male to get a female to sleep with him. They suggested, the female partner is more successful and the male is a failure and leads to these issues. Minute_box3852 commented. He wanted permits to cheat while you remained monogamous. He thought so highly of himself that he thought he could manipulate you into thinking it was equal, because you would never want another man.
And if you want to receive a free sketch of your soulmate, click the link in the description now.
Story 2 from Kooky Ad 6183. Need advice about cheating? I have a group of friends that I hang out with regularly. Some are married couples, some aren't. About a week ago, we were at a bar celebrating a birthday and one of our friends comes in with a woman who wasn't his wife. There were rumors amongst the guys that he constantly cheats on his wife. I am also friends with his wife. I have witnessed him cheating. I had no idea my friend was like this. I have never met anyone that has the balls to show a girl to your fiends who know your wife. Do you know anyone like that? And would you distance yourself from such a person? Winterfront 1431 commented. Yeah, I would distance myself from him. But also I would tell the wife. I wouldn't care if it wasn't my place, I'd tell her. I also would have said something to him in front of the girl. Does your wife know you bring random women to the bar? Even if you don't want to be involved, think of his poor wife. He could give her anything, tell her you didn't want to be the one, but you couldn't sit by and let him make her a laughingstock. And if she forgives him, who cares more, fool her. I would never have a friend like that. That would cause so much hurt to someone they love. Being cheated on is the worst feeling in the world, tell her man. Kooky ad 6183 commented. Well, I'm not that close with her, so there's no way I'm saying anything. He rarely brings her out during group events, so he can do his thing. To the point where, his close friends are like, there's no way she doesn't know. So I'm thinking maybe they have an open relationship. Yet he only does it when she's not around. I agree with you about that distancing part. To me, if he's capable of treating his significant other like that, what are his friends to him? Winterfront 1431 commented. Maybe. Me personally, I'd still speak to her to know if she knows. If she doesn't, poor women. But that's because I know what it's like to be betrayed. And all my friends knew and didn't tell me right away. But definitely distance yourself, bad thing to do to someone. Silver King 357 commented. His wife needs to know. Think of this way. If your significant other was out cheating on you, and many of your friends knew about it, and seen it, wouldn't you be grateful to hear the news from a friend? I would be very upset if none of them spoke up. Detailed Ambivalence commented. From my perspective, that would be the end of the friendship. I don't count liars, and people who would cause real trauma to someone they're supposed to love. That is just a set of morals I won't count amongst my friends. Muted_ear 4385 commented. I have known plenty like that through life. These types love to boast about their cheating. Some of their weak-minded friends laugh about it and encourage it to the cheater, whilst being rather disgusted by it behind their back. Don't be one of those weak-minded types. I always cut contact from those types. I always let it be known I will never be a cheater. I don't like cheating or cheaters. Just be strong and stand to your principles. Weekend Professional commented. The best thing you can do is not get involved. It will get messy, especially if you say something. His wife finds out, and she forgives him, you're the one that gets shunned.
And now, before going any further with the video, make sure to click the link in the description to discover the key to winning a man's love, attention, and total devotion for life.
Story 3 from In the Blue here. How can I completely move on? So my story is not a straightforward black or white kind. Met my wife back in high school 17 years ago. We immediately hit it off, it was love at first sight, it truly was. But hey, we were in high school, with thousands of other teenagers. Our first years of relationship, it was a mess full of hormones, youth, lack of self-knowledge, self-doubt, and jealousy. When we got in college, we both had abroad experiences. We agreed to not restrain ourselves from the experience, but we agreed that our relationship was too valuable to throw it away. So we would at least be honest about our meets. And we were. I knew about her flings, and she knew about mine. Nothing was serious. And we continued our relationship. Until 2 years after the Abroad Express, I found that with this guy, it wasn't just a fling. They were a real couple for a few months. She claims it was just the excitement of being abroad and that it wasn't real cheating, as we had this agreement. Which I agree, to an extent. But still, it really hurt, and to me, she broke the trust we had. This was more than 10 years ago. We talked about it. Healed. She made up. I wasn't perfect myself, although my offenses were not remotely close to this. And we are okay, I believe. Nothing has happened afterward. We got married 6 years ago. We have 2 beautiful girls. Now I trust her. I do. We've seen each other grow and mature. Not only about our romantic life, but also about every other aspect of life you can think of. We've been honest and open with each other. We coincide that our process of growing together and around each other is invaluable, but we are sorry we had met so young that we had to damage each other in the process of growing. But then, a few nights ago, she asked me why I wasn't as funny with her as with my friends, coworkers, even her family. And an awful and sad thought just popped into my head, because you don't deserve the best version of myself. Of course, I didn't say it. But it got me sad and thinking, have I not moved on? Have I not healed? Or is it just the routine of marriage? I do want to be my best version for her. I do want to make her laugh more. It's not like I haven't forgiven her, or so I thought. There's nothing to say that hasn't been said before. I believe we both know our full story. And it's not like I want to bring it up again. So I come here looking for some nugget of wisdom. I do understand that if I committed and proposed to her, it means I let our past go. So given our past, how can I be my best version for her? How can I be my best version for her, so my daughters see a happier and more romantic dad? How can I completely forget, forgive and move on? Does anyone have a similar experience? Thanks. Conscious Wall 5376 commented. If this marriage is something that you want to continue, you may need individual and couples therapy. It sounds like you have completely checked out of this marriage in your head and are just living on autopilot. Your wife deserves more. You need to express these feelings to her because you are just creating more resentment in the long run. Prabha commented. Your whole self did not accept being a doormat from the beginning, but even today, you continue to deny this and forcing. Think of it like a small splinter in your finger, it will continue to bother you until you remove it, and denying won't work. You're totally messed up. Soon or late, you're going to have to remove that little splinter in your finger out. I'll never understand to being so much needy and desperate against someone who stabbed you from your back. Lucky Vegetable 2827 commented. Hi Op, please think about 2 questions. Are you thinking that the grass is more green outside?
Please click the link in the description now to activate your internal wealth DNA.
If you suddenly don't have your wife anymore, how will you feel? I think time and routine kills a little, and small children. But when I make time for a dining out with my wife, or other activity with just her, that does not include the kids or friends, I remember I am with that woman. I think, from your description, that she did not cheat. You had an understanding, and it is not fair to make her suffer with that. You had your experiences also, and the fact that at the time you were remote, it may have increased your insecurities regarding your relationship. And, it seems that you trust her also. Don't be in awe. Overall Scholar 4676 commented. You want to be forgiving and forgetting. But deep down you still have it with you. You haven't put your full trust back into the relationship. You are keeping yourself closed to not be hurt again. Which is understandable. You feel she showed feelings for another man. That's a hard pill to swallow. The best you can do is get some help either through a licensed therapist or if you're religious through your clergy. Your family deserves all of you, or you all need to take some time apart for you to heal. Lumpy Prior 3261 commented. This is why I couldn't work on my marriage with my wife. I figured out that same thing after about 6 months, there was no way I could ever give her what I did before I caught her. You hit it right on the nose. Underarm Aussie commented. I wonder whether, given the same opportunity she had, what you would have done. It's hard to gauge with you being vague about what it was, but you both agreed about what you were okay with, but when she did it, you didn't like it. Presumably, she was honest. It was just a fling, and she's had nothing to do with him since, instead committing to you? You realize, had you met later, there would have been others anyway, for both of you. If she's done nothing wrong since she made her vows to you, this is a you problem. And after 10 years, you'll probably need therapy to untangle your feelings. Orion Decline 21 commented. I think you're just human. I believe it's perfectly normal to get defensive in your mind, and think of a way to even the score as she's criticizing you. The key aspect is that's in your mind, you didn't say it out loud. I'll bet if I ask you why, you aren't as funny with her, the true answer is not that she had this undisclosed level of relationship more than 10 years ago. And it's also clear that you have forgiven her but just not forgotten, also really human. Please support our channel by subscribing now. I will give you a special shout out in the next video. Now, for more Reddit cheating stories, check out one of these videos.
Get paid to do simple jobs on social media. Click the link in the description now.